And welcome everyone to another Deviant.fun's flash review video. Today we'll be reviewing a manga title that was a Harvey Award nominee for this year, 2021. And this is Boys Run the Riot by Keito Gaku. So we're going to talk about a little bit about the story of Volume 1 without trying not to spoil anything that might not be said in the summary, but I'll add up some extra spice to that. So this is about the transgender issues. The writer is also transgender, so he thought what better subject to talk about than the difficulties of being a transgender, or what it's like to be a transgender. Not necessarily difficult, right? But for teens, everything is difficult. So in this book, we have a transgender teen that finds an escape from the expectations and anxieties of his daily life in the world of street fashion. In this personal, heartfelt story from a transgender manga creator. High schooler Ryuu knows he's a transgender, but he doesn't have anyone to confide in about the confusion he feels. He can't tell his best friend, who he's secretly got a crush on. He can't tell his mom, who's constantly asking why Ryuu dresses like a boy. He certainly can't tell Jin, the new transfer student who looks like just another bully. The only time Ryuu feels at ease is when he's wearing his favorite clothes. Then and only then the world melts away and he can be his true self. One day, while out shopping, Ryuu sees someone he didn't expect. Jin, the bully, if you're not paying attention. The kid who looked so tough in class has the same taste in fashion as him. At last, Ryuu has someone he can open up to, and the journey ahead might finally give him a way to express himself to the world. So as you can see, Ryuu is addressed as he in the book because although he has a female body, he has a male mind. So he is trapped inside a female body. That's the issue that transgender people have. They have an identity that doesn't correspond with the body that they were born in, and so it's very difficult for them to understand what the hell is wrong with them, because at the beginning I imagine that most of them think there's something wrong with them. Well, and so it's a journey of self-discovery, and then another complicated part is to make everyone else in the world that is close to you understand it too. Because it's really hard. I'm not a transgender person, so it's really hard for me to imagine how it feels like to be trapped in a body that you don't want and that you don't relate to. It doesn't feel like your own. It feels wrong. So it must be really, really, really complicated. Let me just zoom in a little bit more because manga books are so tiny. Okay, so what we'll see in the book is first, of course, the little details of Ryuu getting excuses not to wear the school uniform, which has a skirt and etc. So she just wears her jumpsuit. I think that's how you call this, training suit, something like that. Because of course he feels horrible dressed as a girl. It feels out of place, and everyone at school thinks she's weird. He's weird. It's a bit confusing. Okay. The girls think that the supposed girl, which is a he, behaves weirdly, and Ryuu prefers to be with the guys. This is the new guy that shows up, that clearly has a taste on fashion, and he seems to be, he has that bully look, but He will be the partner, Ryu's partner. He will be the one planting the seed of starting a brand, a streetwear brand. Across the story, well, we'll see that relationship growing as they start their project, and finally Ryuu opens up to Jin, of course, because Jin is not dumb, so he had his idea about what Ryuu was like. This is the moment where he confesses. Yeah, and Jin is super cool about it, and he just completely ignores. So okay, so what's the deal? I just want. Are you in for the project or not? That's what he's interested. He just wants to know if he wants to go with a fashion project or not. And then we see them having to recruit other people to help them with the brand, at the same time trying to make it secret from the rest of the group until it's time to reveal it. Yeah, so if it doesn't, the author fortunately has not made some kind of manifesto for transgender people here in the book, because the main story, of course, it focuses on transgender issues. I'm using the word issues. I can't find a better one, but mostly it's one of those things that brings you more worries than anything else, right? I'm not saying that transgender is a disease or something like that when I say issues. It's just that it brings a lot of complication to your life. That's a fact. So that's why I'm calling it issues. And of course there will be a villain, which is this guy, who will try to sabotage their plans and etc. But they will continue. We will see the relationship of Jin and Ryuu growing up, and the book is very focused on that, on bringing the project of the streetwear brand alive, at the same time, of course, not running away from the transgender implications on Ryu's life, and seeing how he evolves within his relationship with Jin and other people, and assuming his difference. So I think that's it. That's all for I have to say for this book. Otherwise, we will get into heavy spoilers, and I don't want to do that. So you already know, or maybe not, you can buy this and many other books online at Deviant.fun.biz. We're an European online only, collected editions only comics bookshop. We've got manga, graphic novels, and omnis and trade paperbacks, things like that. As long as it's collected, we have it. We sell it. If you don't find anything in the shop, in the catalog, and I mean catalog because we don't stock everything we advertise, but we have ways to get it. We can get virtually any book that you can think of, because we work with one of the biggest distributors in the world. Yeah, so pay us a visit at deviantfun.biz. You can also find us as Instagram and Facebook, and of course here on YouTube, where we put these videos out with small reviews about books that are interesting, some more than others. I haven't said if I like this. I liked it. I was surprised because I was afraid that it was going to be, like I said, a manifesto about transgender and be too heavy on that. But it's not. It shows the aspects of being a transgender blended with a story that makes sense, and it has good story, good characters, good character development, and I can see why it was nominated for the Harvey Awards. Yeah. So, with no further ado, Deviant.fun out in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye. Thank you for watching, and see you in another video. Bye bye.